The Sixers somehow choke a game where they were up by 9 points with 2.5 minutes left. It's insane. And it's weird at this point. Whenever Paul George has a good game or whenever he plays his best, we lose. And Paul George was playing great. I mean, he was hitting threes. He was driving in the paint. He was getting his shots. He was making free throws, playing great defense. I mean, all around, Paul George played a great game. He had 30 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and you can really see how much he wants to hustle. And I think that's what he really wants the Sixers fans to know about him and how he plays, because he always talks about it, right, in his podcast. I'm pretty sure he said this probably a million times, that he wants to hustle. He wants to be that guy, and how Philly fans respect that, and he wants to be respected. But yeah, man, I mean, all around was a great performance by Paul George. I really hoped we can seal this game with a W, because that would make Sixers fans in general just more satisfied with how he played, because now, he played great, but we still lost, so it's not a great taste. Tyrese Maxey, I think at times he was not as aggressive, but he still ended the game with 27 points, 6 assists, and 42 minutes, right? With 42 minutes, I expect him to get 30 points almost every game. In the first half, I'm pretty sure we only had like 8 points, 6 points. It was pretty low. So in the second half, he really did pick it up. So all around, it was a solid performance by Maxey. It wasn't special, nothing too great to talk about there. Eric Gordon, best game of the season for him. I mean, I think this is what I expected from Eric Gordon coming into the season. I thought he would be able to make his open threes, be able to, get open looks. And the one thing I noticed about Eric Gordon, he's honestly pretty solid off the dribble, right? He can drive, take it to the paint, create some contact. I just think he's a solid player, man. I think he's better than Kyle Lowry, especially offensively at this point of his career. Talking about Kyle Lowry, that guy, 17 minutes, 0 points. I'm pretty sure he had 0 across the board, maybe 1 assist or 1 rebound. But yeah, Kyle Lowry, I mean, I like what he does. I think he had a charge too, but it's just, damn, 17 minutes, 0 points, bro. Like, 1 assist, I guess. I mean, who else do we have as our backup point guard? We don't have much. So, you take what you can get. Reggie Jackson, I think, is a solid backup, right? I did last video, I talked about how I don't want to see Reggie Jackson playing, but I think at this point he is better than Kyle Lowry. I don't know. They're both pretty old, but I just think Reggie Jackson's taller and he's more athletic. It looks like he's quicker, he's faster. So, yeah, especially in the playoffs, I just don't see Kyle Lowry. I don't see how he's going to be able to score. I don't see how he's going to be able to defend. He's not going to be able to take charge the whole game. So, yeah. And I was very impressed by Caleb Martin. I think Caleb Martin played very smart, especially in the fourth quarter. He was the guy down the stretch hitting clutch shots. We still lost the game, right? But he did make a lot of tough shots. So I want to give Caleb Martin a lot of love. He was going to be my main focus for this video, but we lost, so there's no point. I'm like, oh, Caleb Martin saved the day. Caleb Martin did that, and we lost. It was a good fight. I got to give the Kings some credit. De'Aaron Fox played great throughout the whole game. He is a tough guy to guard. He kind of reminds me of a quicker version of Jalen Brunson, just not as a good as a shooter. Maybe, I don't know. I think De'Aaron Fox is just like really good at everything. So he's similar to Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is a better shooter, but I was just hoping to see more of Maxey. I think if Maxey, is more aggressive and is dropping 35 points, we're definitely winning. Obviously you can't just ask him to drop 35 points. That's not easy to do. But when he's aggressive, like we've seen Tyrese Maxey be aggressive, especially recently. Like he's been pretty aggressive these past couple of games. But with no Embiid, we need 30. Almost like for us to win, we're gonna need 30 for us to get a solid, a win where we're up by 10. Max is gonna have to drop 30. You know what I mean? Paul George dropped 30. Max, you're gonna have to drop 32. You're gonna have to at this point. I mean, this just showed it, right? Because we had Eric Gordon come off the bench get you 14. We have a Caleb Martin giving you 12. We have Yabusele getting you 8. Your role players are stepping up. Your role players are scoring. Andre Drummond gave you 10. You know what I mean? Like, we had guys putting up some decent numbers. It just comes down to Tyrese Maxey. He has to be aggressive. And in the first half, he just wasn't aggressive. So, I'm just going to end it like that. Oh, and also, Kelly Oubre was out for tonight. That also sucked because if he had Kelly Oubre, pretty sure we would have won. Our defense definitely would have just collapsed all over the Kings. But it's whatever. It was a good game. We did lose, but this was the start of our back-to-back. We play the Warriors next, and that should be a good game. We should be an entertaining game as well. Hopefully we can get the dub. We need to redeem ourselves for this choke of a loss. But yeah, man, that's going to be it for this video. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Peace out.